right, favorites, welcome to Second Bites with Sarah. Today we are making my Thai-inspired pasta salad. Fucking hype! I like to pick a pasta shape that's going to be able to mimic the size of the vegetables I'm putting in, so all of the bites are consistent. So I've got, what are these? Radiatoris that I'm gonna try to mimic with my carrot bites, my pepper bites, etc. You could also use gluten-free noodles, rice noodles, totally up to you. Pound of pasta going in. All right, we are moving on to our vegetables. Sweet peppers, little babies, tricolor. Got a cucumber, really pretty carrots. And like a lot of nutritionists say, like try to eat the rainbow. So I'm trying to get as many colors into this as I can. We eat with our eyes first. It looks appetizing, then you take a bite and you're like, fuck yes. But again, let's think about bite sizes in the eater's experience. When I get a spoonful or a forkful of this pasta, I want all the vegetables to be able to hang out together and be caught together. So I kind of want them all the same size in relation to my pasta. You don't have to crinkle cut your carrots. I just think they're pretty. So I'm gonna keep crinkle cutting my little carrots. They're going in raw. Just get a big bowl to the side, chopping. Now I'm gonna go for some peppers. This feels like a small detail, but I promise it's important. So right now in our bowl, we have purple and orange as colors showing up. We're gonna get green from these things. So I wanna pull out all my red ones. It doesn't mean I can't put in orange or yellow peppers. I just really want some red to show as well. So I'm just gonna give them preferential treatment at the beginning. Now these are sweet peppers, so the seeds aren't going to be spicy. You don't have to take them out. Probably just more of the visual if you want those to show up or not. I'm feeling a little bougie today, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the seeds out, but I'm not gonna overthink the chopping of these peppers. Again, I'm just gonna try to aim for the same size as the carrots and the same size as the pasta. And same thing, they're going in raw. It'll be a big, happy family here in a bit. All my reds are in, and again, you guys know I'm not a big measurer, but I'm just kind of eyeballing. Like, do I have a decent amount of carrots per pepper? I do not. So instead of my orange, because I already have orange carrots, I'm gonna pull out a few yellows and add them to the party. My timer tells me my pasta's done. Always gonna check. Very close, still a little chewy. Gonna let him go for another 2-ish minutes and check on him again. Pasta is done. Just a slight chew. Going into a pasta salad, we need to bring the pasta temperature down. So while I'm draining it in the sink, I'm using ice cold water. I need that pasta to stop cooking and to come to at least room temperature before I start adding it in. This is a cold pasta salad. Just gonna let that ice cold water run over it. Carrots are done, peppers are done. I'm going in for some cucumber before I put in a shit ton of fresh herbs, which really push this thing over the edge. Then we'll start working on the dressing. So for my cucumbers, again, I wanna go for a shape that's going to mimic my carrots, my pasta, and my peppers. So I'm gonna do some interesting things to my cucumber. I'm gonna go long ways. The cucumber seeds don't have a ton of flavor and they will add a decent amount of moisture to the pasta salad. Vegetables are ready. We have beautiful colors going on here, which is exactly what we wanted. And I'm gonna add 2 fresh herbs. I'm gonna add fresh basil. If you have Thai basil, if you have access to it, yes, I have regular basil. And cilantro. Stems can stay in. The stems have a lot of flavor in them actually, so unless you're like serving the Queen of England, I usually say leave your stems in. Also, like trying to get all these leaves off of cilantro is like too much guys, too much effort. I'm just gonna fine dice, honestly, to your heart's content. I'm an herb girl. I think they push things over the edge. They add that fresh element to things that I just think pushes dishes over the edge. So I'm gonna go with a crap ton because I love basil and I love cilantro. You do as much as your heart tells you to do. You could also do mint. Mint is very friendly to Thai foods, especially fresh things like this. I don't have any, but if you have some, throw it in there, you might like it. Pasta is cool enough. In between cold and room temperature is totally fine to go in. I like to do this now before I add the dressing because I'm basically gonna check out my per capita of pasta to veggies. So I'm gonna eyeball maybe 3/4 of this, half of this, and I'm gonna give it a stir. And I'm gonna say like, does it look like there's enough peppers? When I take a bite, am I gonna get a little bit of everything, or is it gonna be too much pasta, not enough veggies, or vice versa? Just use your eyeballs. Does that look appetizing to you? Does it look imbalanced? I think this actually looks freaking perfect. If I went in with a spoonful, as you can see, I get a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna back off on this pasta, figure out what to do with him later. It's dressing time. This is such a cheat recipe and I love it. The base of your dressing is any sesame, ginger, honey, even teriyaki-esque pre-made marinade or dressing. It doesn't matter. Find a brand you like, try a few on for size. What I have is a sesame ginger vinaigrette. This is gonna be the base of our sauce. And then we're just gonna add some fun things in there to make it feel more fresh, more alive, and you're gonna get to tailor it to your taste. So I got about half a bottle of this vibrant blend of toasted sesame, zingy ginger, and soy sauce. To that, bare minimum, I want you to add some peanut butter. If you've got peanut allergies in your inner circle, you can use almond butter, sunflower, something like that. At least a tablespoon to taste. And this is where you're gonna lean on your taste buds. You are going to taste this, and I'm gonna show you some other things you can add depending on what you like. So I'm gonna go at least a tablespoon of peanut butter. Keep going till it looks somewhat consistent, starts to get a little thicker. We want this to taste exactly the way you want it to taste before you put it on there. Like I said, using my taste buds. Okay, for me, this needs heat and this needs sweet. It's not quite as sweet as I want it. It's not quite as spicy as I want it. So here are some options to doctor up your sauce to your liking. I have chili crisp, sriracha, agave, honey's fine, maple syrup's fine, just some liquid version of sweet. I have fish sauce. Talk about that one in a minute. Garlic and ginger, both could be fresh and would really pack a lot of flavor if you wanted to press fresh garlic into this or grate some fresh ginger. I've got dried of both. And then I always keep a little soy sauce on the side, just in case the dressing you chose is like a little on the thicker side. This is gonna thin it out for you. Mine's pretty thin, so I don't think I'm gonna need the soy. I am going to do some agave because like I said, for me, I want this to be a little bit on the sweeter side. Start with a little, I'm gonna go maybe a tablespoon, whiskey whisk, and taste again. Yep, that's the sweetness I want. So agave, thank you for your service, goodbye. Now I want heat. So I'm gonna do a little bit of sriracha. Ooh, we're almost out. 2 or 3 teaspoons. Up to a tablespoon, you do you. I'm gonna taste, even though I'm pretty sure I want chili crisp. I love chili crisp. For me, sriracha hits like a higher spicy note, and chili crisp brings a little bit of depth of spice. I'm gonna go teaspoon or 2. Yes, awesome. Now, the other ones I have not mentioned, fish sauce. Let's talk about it. Fish sauce is exactly what it sounds like. 1 bottle will last the average human a lot of time because this stuff is potent. You first smell it, you're like, why on earth would I want to eat that? And I totally get it. However, when we talk about things hitting all of the flavors, spicy, salty, sweet, we all know those, cool. This is umami, and this is gonna add funk. So this is one of those things, kind of like fresh herbs, that like if you just put a little bit in, when people eat this, they're gonna be like, what is it? Why is it craveable? Why do I wanna take another bite? And oftentimes that is umami or funk. So don't be scared of this to use it, but also go easy. I'm gonna do like 5 to 7 drops. Stop, that might be all we need. We're gonna stir. If you were going for vegan or vegetarian up to this point, no fish sauce for you. Stop right there. Up until I added fish sauce, this was a vegetarian, vegan recipe. You could add a protein here. I've done like tofu cubes before. I've done sauteed chicken bites, but right now, 2 seconds ago, it was vegan. I got funk, I got sour/tangy, I got sweet, I got heat. For me, I'm just looking for a little bit of depth. The vinegar part of my vinaigrette is hitting a little high still on my palate, so I'm just gonna do some granulated garlic. Could totally press fresh garlic into this. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna go fast today. And a little bit of ground ginger too. Fresh would have been dope, but I don't have any. Final taste test. It's delicious. I don't want to add anything else to it. I like it just the way it is, which means now we can get it into our pasta. Beautiful. Give it a toss. I also really like this pasta shape because you can see the sauce clinging to it, which means all of your bites are going to be super flavorful. I've made this before with like fettuccine or spaghetti. It's not only hard to eat, you know how noodles slap you in the face sometimes, but the sauce drips off really easily. So that's why I like maybe a smaller pasta that has some little groovy grooves on it. This looks fantastic. One thing about the peanut butter, if you're going the peanut butter route instead of sunflower or almond, you can totally use crunchy. It does add a nice texture. Since I used creamy peanut butter, one really pretty topping on this would be some crushed peanuts. Not only does it tell people what's in the dish, if you see crushed peanuts on top of something, you kind of know what you're getting into, but it also just adds one more texture. There's so many textures in here. We have the soft chewiness of the pasta, we have the crunchiness of the vegetables, and even there's some variation between like biting into a cucumber and biting into a carrot. This is gonna be a party in your mouth. Not only have we hit all those notes we talked about, sweet, sour, tangy, umami, funky, depth, sweet, spicy, what did I say? Sour? I said them all, right? Yeah. But we're also getting like 6 different textures in here too. Party in your mouth. Do I have crushed peanuts? I don't have any crushed peanuts. I don't even have whole peanuts that I could crush. However, I'll make sure this ends up in the recipe. Honey roasted peanuts, and you can just do a rough chop on them. Sprinkled on top of this is the garnish. That's what it is. I just don't have any. Don't do that to yourself. It's totally worth it. I have a beautiful bowl. Not only is this like pretty freaking healthy for you because you're getting in all those rainbow colored vegetables, but you're also getting fresh herbs, which are really good for you in your stomach. The dressing itself, like again, might be the most unhealthy thing in here just because of like salt and sugar content. But like, if that's how you get your veggies in, so be it. I'm gonna take a bite. I know I love this, and I think you're going to too. It is so satisfying. Textures, hitting so many flavor notes. Serve it cold, take it to a barbecue, eat it alone on your couch on a Tuesday night. Yup.
Hey favorites, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Second Bites with Sarah.